In Lesson 7-10, we are identifying and visualizing patterns. So you'll start with a table like this, and we've seen these before, but the thing that's different here is that it gives you a rule for each column this time. And you have to fill in each column of the table. So we're going to start with the X column, and we're going to use the rule that's right under it. It says +1. So for each of these numbers going down the X column, we are going to add 1, and we will start with the 1 right here. So 1 plus 1, that equals 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4, and so on. Now to do the other side, the Y column, we will use the rule +2. So we're going to take 2 plus 2, and that's 4. And we keep going down, adding 2. The next part is going to ask you the question, which rule relates the in number to its corresponding out number? And this is where you are going to write a rule just like we did in previous chapters. So first we have to decide if we are multiplying or dividing here. So I'm going to look to the first row. Is 1, when it changes to 2, when it pops out of the function machine, is that getting smaller or bigger? Well, 1, when I put it in the machine and it pops out as 2, that is getting bigger. So when it's bigger, I know I'm going to multiply here. Remember, if it was the other way around, if we put 2 in and got 1 out, that would be getting smaller. So that would be a dividing rule. Now I'm going to think to myself, 1 times what equals 2? Well, that's an easy one. 1 times 2 equals 2. Now double check to make sure my rule fits for every column there. 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, and you can see that each of the rows in my table match the rule. So this rule checks out. The next step is to take the data from your table and write it as ordered pairs. Remember that an ordered pair is surrounded by parentheses and has a comma in the middle. And we always start with the x-axis, and the second one is the y. So for the first row, we would have 1, 2, and so on. 2, 4, 3, 6. Once you're done with the ordered pairs, you're going to use them to help you build a graph. The x-axis is the horizontal line, and the y-axis is the one going up and down, the vertical one. So we're going to start with our first ordered pair, 1, 2. I'm going to find the 1 on the x-axis and 2 on the y and follow them together and put a dot right there. Do the same thing for 2, 4. Find the 2 on the x. We always start on the x-axis. And 4 on the y. Then I follow them together and put a dot in the center where they intersect. Do the next one, 3 and 6. And so on until I have plotted all 5 points. Now here's where you're going to get out a ruler and line it up with the center of your dots and trace the line all the way up and all the way down. And we add arrows to the top because this line goes on forever in both directions. And that's how you graph those ordered pairs.